a mat. That's all you'll need today. We're just gonna move our bodies. I have not been able to figure out the zoom. That's the only thing. For some reason, I can't zoom out anymore on my video, so my arms might get cut off when we raise them up towards the ceiling. So just bear with that. It seems I can't do video calls anymore without my arms getting cut off. We're going back to 2020. All right. So we're gonna start seated on our mats. Let yourself sit comfortably, find a tall spine. Welcome to your 30-minute good morning wake up flow. We're just going to move our bodies, move our breath, and become present to start our day. So begin to reach up through the crown of the head, soften down through your hips, through your legs, through your shoulders, root down through the sits bones, soften your eyes, and take time to notice 3 full breaths in your body. Notice the air coming in and out. Notice the body movements that accompany it. And on your next inhale, begin to lift the arms out to the side and up overhead. Exhale, turn the palms down, open them wide, let them descend. Inhale, lift them up again. Maybe take the gaze up. Exhale them down, nice and wide. Start to bring them almost behind you. Inhale, lift the arms, let the palms meet right above the head. Exhale, hands down 2 more times. Think about pushing those hands behind you as you lift and lower. And exhale again. Feel the shoulders start to open. Soften the shoulders with the arms. Reach up, look up. Exhale, bring your hands down. 1 more time. Inhale, lift, reach up. And exhale, bring your hands down. Keep your right arm lowered. Inhale, lift the left. Exhale, find a side stretch. Inhale, back through center, both arms lift. Exhale, other way. Inhale, come back through center. And exhale, over. Inhale, lift, reach up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, lift. 2 more times each side. Trying to keep the sits bones rooted down to the mat. Think about yawning, open the side body. So we often wake with a great big stretch and a great big yawn. Let's yawn, open the sides of our body in addition. Finish up this round. Inhale, center, and as you exhale, bring the palms forward to the mat. Let's come onto hands and knees. So find a tabletop position long through the spine. Wrists under shoulders, knees roughly underneath your hips. Tuck the neck to extend that length, send the right leg back behind you any amount, and then bring the toes down to the mat. Let that right hip drop in place. So it's not lifted up to the side, it's nice and even in line with its partner. And then start to lift through that right heel, lift it towards the ceiling, kick out through the back heel, burn through the glute, engage the abdomen and pump that heel towards the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that toe down to the mat again, lift from there, lifting through the heel, let the hip stay as it is. We'll pump that towards the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Lower that foot down. Last one. Inhale, lift the heel. Find a nice long line. Engage the abdomen. Pump for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee. Bring it back down to the mat. Send the left leg back behind you. Let the toes meet the mat. Engage through the abdomen. Hug those low ribs in. And then start to lift from the heel. Pump that heel towards the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that foot down. One more time. Let those hips be in line and then lift the heel. We'll pump for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round here. You can keep the leg lifted this time. And we'll pump again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee back down. Find your tabletop. Tuck the toes. Send the hips high. Find a downward facing dog. Ears alongside arms. Pedal through the legs to ease yourself into this heels. Go down towards the mat. Find that breath back. Become aware of it in your body. Let the crown of the head reach towards the thumbs. Last breath here. Send the tailbone a little higher and the heels down towards the mat. And on your next inhale, look forward between your hands. As you exhale, make your way to the front of your mat. Walk, hop, anything you like. Once there, inhale, find a flat back, hands to shins or floor. Exhale, fold over your legs. And inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to your sides. Let's take some half sun salutes here. I am cut off. Oops. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, flat back. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Lower knees to the mat. Lower your chest between your hands. Inhale, come onto your belly, untuck the toes, pressing into the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest for cobra. And exhale back through tabletop to a downward facing dog. So a lot happening there in that cobra pose on our bellies. We're lifting the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades. We're pressing the feet into the mat, and then we move to a downward facing dog. Take one more breath here. Feel the backs of the legs start to yawn open. Give them their morning stretch. And on your next inhale, look forward. As you exhale, make your way to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back, shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, reach up, look up. Exhale, right away, dive down over the legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, lower knees, chest and chin, or all the way in one long line. Inhale, lift, find cobra, and tuck those toes. Exhale through tabletop to a downward facing dog. Lengthening the crown of the head here, 2 more breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose, physically feeling that breath, mentally noticing that breath. Welcoming it into your body. And when your next inhale comes, look forward between your hands. As you exhale, walk or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, reach up. Exhale, dive down over the legs. Inhale, flat back, last salute. Plant those hands, step back to plank. Again, lowering all the way, or this time halfway to chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, find a cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale back, downward facing dog. One more full breath here, resetting. Finding that inversion. And on your next inhale, look forward. As you exhale, make your way to the front of your mat again. Inhale, flat back. This time as you exhale, right away, send that right leg back nice and long. Bend the knee, untuck the toe, find a low lunge. Inhale, reach up. Stay here for a moment. Now notice your low ribs, are they flaring out? Can you shorten the distance between your ribs and your hips? Take your gaze up towards your hands. One more breath. Reach a little taller as you inhale. And as you exhale, start to bring those hands down. Frame your front foot. Walk the hands back. Keep that left leg in front and extend it out. Find a half triangle or half pyramid pose here. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, chest sinks down towards the ankle, the chest towards the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Hug the left hip back. Exhale, sink. One more breath. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, sink. Feel the outer edge of that left calf wake up. Inhale, come all the way back forward, sole of the foot to the ground. Tuck the back toe under and spring that leg up towards the ceiling, standing split for a second. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find flat back. Exhale, left leg goes back nice and long. Bend the knee, untuck the toe. Inhale, sweep up. Find your low lunge for a few breaths here. Again, we're going to shorten that distance. So we're going to engage through the abdomen, lengthen up through the spine. Palms are together. Take your gaze towards your hands. Lift up through the hips. Send the left hip forward, right hip back in its socket. And on your next exhale, begin to bring those top hands all the way down. Frame the front foot. Walk the hands and the hips back towards your left foot. Right toes are going to lift. Find your half pyramid pose. See if you can extend that front leg as best you can. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, draw the chest down towards that toe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the chest down. Couple more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, lower a little bit more. Feel that leg wake up. And exhale here. Next inhale, walk those hands forward, sole the right foot to the ground. Tuck the back toe, lift that left leg, yawn those hips open. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. This time as you exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, lower all the way or halfway. Inhale, find cobra, upward facing dog. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Recenter, reset. Last breath here. On your next inhale, lift the right leg up nice and high. Bend the knee, point it up towards the ceiling. Open out the legs here. Feel that thigh start to wake up. The quadriceps, then redistribute the weight between your arms, ensuring you're not pressing into one hand more than the other. Lower your left heel, point that right knee up and higher. Last breath. And as you exhale, draw that knee all the way forward, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, extend the leg behind you. And exhale, bring that foot halfway down your mat. Let the toes point forward. Bring the left back foot to a 45-degree angle. Start to straighten through the legs. Then bring your hands to your hips. Let's stand all the way up. So we're finding these little triangle train track feet. Bring your hands around behind you and take the fingertips towards each other. Turn those fingers in towards your back. Maybe that's as far as you go, pointing the fingers towards your back. See if you can get the palms together. Maybe you can bring that into a full reverse prayer. Keep it early. If it's lighter for you and feels better, you can interlace the fingers and turn the knuckles in towards your low back or up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Try to keep that right hip hugging back in its socket and the left hip hugging forward. So keeping our reverse prayer of hands in any position that you need. And as you exhale, you're hinging, hugging that right hip back. Find length through the spine. Press into the blade of that left foot. One more breath. Then release your hands wherever they're at. Let them come down towards the ground. Frame the front right leg. Send the hips back in space a little bit more. And start to walk your hands forward to the front of the mat. Take yourself with you. Lift the back left leg. We'll come to a warrior three. So arms can lift by your side or to prayer. Take one more breath here. Flex the back toes down towards the mat. Flex the ankle. Last breath. And on your next inhale, slowly come all the way up to standing. Press powerfully. Nice. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. As you exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Lower your choice all the way or halfway. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Steady yourself here. Take a couple breaths to reset. Lengthen the ears alongside the arms. Crown of head towards the thumbs. Gaze is back to the feet. And on your next inhale, lift your left leg nice and high. Start to bend the knee, foot towards the hip. Point that knee up towards the ceiling. Open, yawn, open the thigh, yawn, open the hips. Right heel lowers to the mat. Redistribute the weight between your arms. Gaze is still back. Chest is still back towards that ankle. And on your next exhale, draw that knee forward, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, extend the leg behind you. Exhale, bring that foot halfway up the mat. Toes point forward. Bring the right leg, come to a 45-degree angle. Start to straighten the legs, then bring your hands to your hips. Front knee has a subtle bend. Inhale all the way. Again, the spine has reverse prayers, so hands, so you can interlace and roll the knuckles in, or take fingertip to fingertip, turn the fingers in, bring palms together, lift up through the spine, left hip hugs back. As you exhale, hinge from the hips. Find a long spine, try to keep it nice and long here first. We're not rounding it. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, draw that chest down. Trying to keep the spine straight. One more breath. And then release your hands back down your tailbone. Bring them to the mat. Inhale again, lengthen. Exhale, draw that collarbone a little farther. Let some rounding come into the spine. Send the hips farther back in space. Last breath here. Then walk your hands forward. Start to come to the toes of that back foot. Start to lift the leg up so the hips and the hands are facing down towards the mat. Flex at that back right ankle and then fly your hands forward to prayer or by your side. Find your warrior 3. Nice and strong through that standing leg. Breathe here. Last breath. And then really strongly bring from the stand all the way up. Press through your standing leg, lift that right leg forward. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, forward. Inhale, find a flat back. And exhale, plant the hands back to plank. Move through your vinyasa or meet in a downward facing dog. Take a breath. On your next inhale, look forward between your hands. As you exhale, start to make your way just behind your hands. Bring the big toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, lengthen, find your flat back. And as you exhale, sink your hips back and down. Inhale, find chair pose, arms and chest reach up. Arms in line with the ears. Sink the hips, engage the abdomen. One more breath. And on your next exhale, bring your palms to chest center. One more breath, pose. One more breath, those arms up. Lengthen here as you exhale, twist to your right. So left elbow is going to hook on that right knee. So we're twisting over to the right side. Lengthen to the crown of the head. Find that length all the way down to the tailbone. And as you exhale from the waist, twist, engage into the abdomen. One more breath. Inhale, bring yourself back through center. Crown of the head reaches forward. And exhale to the left. Right elbow to left knee. Press the palms together. Use that to open up your shoulders. Sink into your twisted chair a little more. We're almost there. Breathe steady. And on your next inhale, come back through center. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find a flat back. Bring your hands forward, lift your heels, squeeze them together, lower the hips down towards the heels, bending deeply into the knees. And walk your hands beside you. Pull the shoulders back, see if you can find some balance here. Maybe lift up both palms. Bring them together. Reach to the crown of the head. Last breath here. Let's take our arms forward as slowly and as carefully and as controlled as you possibly can. Start to sink your hips back. Lower to the heels. Lower down your sits bones. And we'll find our boat pose. Lift the feet up. Draw the shoulder blades back. Squeeze the hands or towards each other as if there's something between them without actually pressing anything. So we're activating fully through the hands. Squeeze the legs together towards each other. Firm to the abdomen. Take your gaze up. One more breath. And then slowly lower the feet down to the mat. And let's lower our torsos down to the mat. Come on to your back. Tuck the chin, palms face up. And on your next inhale, start to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. And exhale, roll them down. Inhale, lift them up. And exhale, roll them down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift them up. And exhale, lower them down. Take the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little rock, a little roll, a little hug, side to side. Let tailbone be heavy down to the mat. And then stretch the legs out towards the front of the mat. Reach the arms overhead. Interlace the fingers. Press the palms away from you. Kick out through the heels. Stretch long and longer. Kicking out through those heels even farther. Maybe alternating one and then the other. And then soften here. Let the arms stay overhead. Let the feet flop for a moment. Let's take their legs to the right side of the mat. Maybe cross the right or left ankle over the right. Turn the shoulders and the arms and the head to the right. Take hold of that left hand. Find a giant banana pose in the body. Feel the left side start to open. Make this more active. Stretch away through that left heel. Stretch up through that left arm. Keep the sits bones and shoulders down to the mat, though, staying flat here. Take 2 huge breaths, expanding the ribs on that left side body. Consciously, actively crunching into the right side body. Last breath. Inhale back through center, the head and shoulders reset, the legs reset. Then move your legs over to the left, across the right, or across the right ankle over the left, and kick out through that ankle. Turn the head and shoulders over to the left. Take hold of that right wrist to add a little bit more stability and stretch. Inhale, lengthen your spine, stretch that right side, feel the ribs, the fascia, the skin expand. Stretch actively up through that right arm, actively out through that right leg. Feel the left side body crunch. Breathe here. Two more breaths. Big breaths. And then slowly on your next inhale, come back through center, bring the legs back through center, hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a great big hug. Then let the legs go long, let the arms come by your side, palms face up. Find a little shavasana. Let the practice sink into your body. Let yourself feel open and flat and supported. And let yourself melt here. And then start to bring your attention back to your breath. Observe the breath fully as it lifts the belly, expands the chest, the ribs are parting and expanding. And as you exhale, feel all of that contract. Find a little movement through the fingers and your toes. Whenever you're ready, start to draw the knees back into the chest one final time. Lift the head and nose, maybe give yourself a great big rounding hug. And then we'll roll to one side and press up through the hands to a tall seated position. Lift and lengthen again through the spine. Find your seat as we started. Crown of the head reaches up. Take one hand to your chest, the other hand to your abdomen. Feel the difference in your body, maybe the difference in your breath from the start of class till now. And we'll close with the following. Repeat in your mind. May this practice heal and strengthen my body and my mind. May this practice heal and strengthen my body and my mind. Slowly start to open your eyes. Thank you so much for moving with me this morning, for practicing in this first little free 30 minutes. I hope it helped to wake you up, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.